So we're going to start with 3 new modules today. They're going to be the random values, the quantizer, and the 8vert. So we'll just go one by one. I grabbed this scope here just to show you what these waves look like. So the random is going to sample a voltage or a point in a wave, and then every time you push the button, it's going to switch the voltage to another random different voltage. As you can see, as I click it, it changes. So the quantizer here is going to snap our pitch to a note in a scale. So we'll take the output of that and put it to the 1 volt per octave pitch input on here. And then when we switch the notes, you can activate and deactivate notes here. It'll snap to whatever pitch you pick. So we'll keep the quantizer plugged in, but if you grab the random sampler and then put it into the pitch input of the quantizer, we'll plug in our output. And then you hit the push button, it's going to pick a random voltage. The thing is, it's going to pick it from a 10 octave range, and you're going to get a lot of really high notes just like that. So to fix that, we'll use the 8vert, which is going to basically squish the signal down so that it's picking from a much shorter range, and I'll show you that in the scope here. So if I plug in here, you can see when I push it, it's not changing. So I'll increase the range, and then it'll pick from a much shorter range, where if I increase it all the way, it'll pick from way, way high. And we don't want that. We want it to be around here to get some nice notes out of it. So you have the random sampler into the 8vert, and then you can throw that into the octave pitch input here. And then you can see we're not getting any of those super high whistly notes anymore. And then you can make that range as far as you want here. So obviously that's still not sounding great, so what we'll do is we can right click the quantizer, and then you can go into presets. And then you have all the different modes and stuff you can pick from here. I'll just go with major, and it's going to sound a little better if you do it to a chord rather than a scale. So I'll just do a major 7 chord here, and then take it out. And then as I click through this, you can see we get a lot nicer of a sound out of it. So in order for us to not have to click that push button every time, we can just take out the square wave from the LFO and plug it into the trigger here. And then it'll start to switch the notes automatically through the LFO. Now there's a couple of things we can do to get that sounding a little cooler. First of all, we can up the frequency, make it a little quicker. And then we can increase the decrease the attack and get a little bit more plucky sound. Now from there you can just add a delay on the end, and it will take the out from the amp into the delay, and then take the mix output to your speakers. And then you can actually just take the clock input to the square, and then it'll be synced with the envelope and the pitch selection. And then from there you can just mess with whatever parameters. Like for example, this offset will take it up or down an octave, or the tone of the delay will make the delay a little brighter and more present. Next time we'll add a bass or maybe some other pieces to contextualize this atmosphere a little bit. So follow for that.